beautiful Pisces, welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your monthly reading for April 2023. I've already cleansed your space and have meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all your wonderful likes, shares and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about to pretend to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings. I do not take your money, e-gifts, donations. I'm not on Facebook, WhatsApp, PayPal, Telegram or Patreon. I will never ask you for your credit card details. I will never ask for personal details. And I'll also never give you a cell phone number to call. So if anyone masquerading as me asks for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. I'm going to cleanse your space hourly, so please be mindful there's going to be 3 loud sounds. Let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Pisces, this is your monthly reading for April. I'm going to get all of your cards first before I connect to an outcome. But just to make you aware, April really ramps up the energetic pace of the year as it opens our first major portal of change. And that is through an eclipse on the 20th of April. Now, many years ago, of course, eclipses used to be feared, but they actually offer an opportunity to supercharge your intentions that you've already set, especially as this new moon eclipse is in the sign of Aries. Now, it's actually unique as it is the second moon in Aries in a row. So it gives you that go-getting, tenacious spirit to really focus and get stuff done. Now, as this new moon also communes with Pluto, anything that's been troubling you, anything that's been really, really difficult, anything that's been inauthentic in your life is actually broken down and released. It's a month to declutter, detoxify your body, mind, spirit, and soul, and also maybe do a little bit of DIY around the home space as well. It's not all plain sailing though, however, as it can be a very pressurized time because you will be in the state of doing. So you're going to be very busy, doing lots of tasks and day-to-day duties that you feel you need to get done. But you will actually look back on April really proud of yourself that so much got accomplished. Now, also, it is important that you take some quiet time out to relax and recharge your batteries during this time as well because of that pressure. And this moon is actually, as I said, it's a double moon in the sign of Aries, and it often indicates a time of second chances. So if you want to revisit that hobby that you've let go of, or even that project that you haven't finished, that book that you mean to complete, an area of your life that you really want to connect to, maybe some travel plans that you've put on hold, or simply you want to rediscover a part of yourself that you feel like you've lost touch with, this is definitely the month to do it. Now, unfortunately, we do have Mercury retrograding from the 21st of April. I hear all of the sighs over the energy waves right now as you hear that information. It is an interesting one, I have to say. Of course, Mercury tends to impact when it goes retrograde, impacts like technology, impacts communication. And it's actually in the sign of Taurus this time round, which can bring miscommunication regarding money, okay? So it's actually a really good time to look at your budget, but most importantly, it's really a time for you to check in on your investments and make sure they are safe against any economic fluctuations, okay? So 21st of April, that is a sign when Mercury retrogrades, and just keep an eye on, you know, where you house your finances. We can all see it right now as what's going on in the financial sector. It's been coming up in my readings for months, just before you know, that we transitioned into 2023. You know, I've been having lots of tower energy, especially in March into April. So I would say, you know, keep an eye on investments. Make sure they're not housed in institutions that are connected, so that you are financially insured, shall we say, should there be any economic downturn. I feel like this is a tower. Oh, it's not. It's a 9 of swords there. Sorry, a 9 of wands there. I just felt really like tower energy. Maybe it's because of what I just said. Tower energy often represents some sort of crash. I mean, it could be on the way. It doesn't mean it's going to come in April, but I feel there could be a fluctuation. So just keep an eye on that. I actually see you safeguarding your position and being very clever with your investments. That's what I see here in your chart anyway. So everything that you're doing right now, I feel like you're doing a really good job. In particular, your your 8th house is influencing you this month, and that actually, interestingly enough, is all about money. 8th house is about transforming your finances to make them really work for you. So this could be your joint finances. You may be a little bit more focused on mortgage payments or repayment plans, pensions, savings, and also your 2nd house takes over from that in the middle of the month. And that's all about value, how you value yourself, making sure that you're getting a really good deal for all the effort that you put into your life in general, and just recalibrating or tweaking your plan if you feel that things are not going exactly the way that you'd hoped for. The 2nd house is really interesting because it's not just about valuing yourself, which is of course very important. It's actually a state of mind of where you feel like you belong. So a lot of you are going to be thinking about the home space, feeling if you want to move, it's time to, declutter your home space and actually relocate. Some of you may be doing that. It could also be that you're going to go into real estate, or you're thinking about it, or you're saving up to go into real estate, because the 2nd house rules property, investments, cash, but also acquisitions. So I feel this is a time to really focus on those things. Now, of course, there's more to life than money and things that you can purchase, but because your houses, the 8th and 2nd, are influencing you, this may be something that's a little bit more on your mind, okay? Now, your first card here is in the higher calling. So this is the Judgment card. So looking at the cards that you've got here, we do have the Devil card as well as the High Priestess. So I feel some of you may have been feeling a little bit lost or a little bit like in limbo at the moment. You may have been wondering what's your true purpose and calling. And some of you may have even thought, like, is this it? Is this all there is? You're just getting up and you're in a bit of a repetitive routine. You may feel like something needs to change. Something has been difficult for you. You're not giving up on it, because the 9 of Wands says you're not giving up on it. But I feel like there's something here that perhaps you found very, very difficult, and you're trying to strategize and get organized to basically either implement some sort of new start or some sort of new change, or even just bring in a little bit more excitement and adventure into your life, because I feel something's become a little bit stuck for you in the everyday. With the higher calling, this is a real connection to your source, to your beliefs, your religion, perhaps, if you celebrate. And if you do not, it's more of an inner guidance to connect more to your inner wisdom, to go seeking answers deep within for enlightenment. The higher calling really connects to your true life's purpose path. So some of you, you'll be really focused this month on getting organized, as I said, reshuffling things around to build a plan, to get busy taking action on something that you really want to make come true. One of your goals become a reality. The higher calling card tends to be an indication of leaving something behind in order to embrace something better, okay? Now, I definitely see with the Devil card there, some of you are cutting out like a food substance, or even, because I feel it could be it's like an obsessive energy. So what I'm feeling is there may be a temptation for you to eat a certain food substance that's not very good for you, but you like it and you've been trying to cut down on it. I feel that this month actually is a month where you completely cut it out and have a healthy new start. And if you started an intention at the beginning of the year and you've let it lapse a little bit, because, some of us do, not everybody's going to stick to their intentions. We try, but life gets really hard. So sometimes you have a little bit of what you fancy, right? So you may be getting back on the health wagon this month in order to focus on your, health goals, shall we say. So I see you cutting out something that perhaps makes you feel a little bit iffy or a little bit unbalanced, may even really physically hurt you, whatever this thing is, because I feel like there's either an intolerance or a bad reaction to it. So definitely I see you cutting something out. It could be wheat, it could be gluten. I'm not sure what it is per se, but I feel like it's something that has a major reaction on draining you of your energy and making you feel like exhausted, okay? Because I feel you're pretty close to burnout here. Also, some of you will be cutting out situationships or situations that have really been taking your energy like an energy vampire, and you're just feeling like time is up. They no longer deserve a place in your life, so you're dissatisfied with the energy you're getting from the situation. So I feel like you are releasing them. because you feel it's not a fair exchange. Also with this card, this is really about your true prosperity path, really looking at your authentic relationships in your life, authentic situations, and you're being required to step forward into your true self, into your true purpose, and take action, okay? This indicates that you're trusting that you have a mission or that you have a purpose, and that you are enough to accomplish that. So it's almost like you're checking in with your divine blueprint of meaning that you have for yourself and for your life. And because you've got the King of Swords here, this indicates that you are currently formulating a plan, or you're getting really clear on what it is that you want to accomplish, and you're going to move forward. King of Swords, you're thinking before you're acting on something, okay? And some of you may return to something that you used to enjoy doing. I mean, that is the time period, but because you've got the Judgment card there, that is a card of second chances also. So with the King of Swords, there may be something that you've been meaning to return to. I mean, it could be if you've taken some time out to have a child, for example, you may be thinking about returning to the work environment, and you're formulating a plan so that you can have that balance between work and also looking after your children. For some of you, it may be that you've been in retirement for a little bit and you're thinking about doing some consulting work, or you're thinking about coming on in and just doing something really creative that doesn't feel like work, but it's something that you value and it makes you feel really excited to do, and it actually draws in some extra money as well, because you're actually very, very talented at what you do. Some of you, it may be something that perhaps you used to do, but you just lost touch with it, or you lacked motivation in that area and you're wanting to revisit it. And some of you, I'm getting this real energy of just second wind. You may have felt a little bit unmotivated recently, or a lack of energy, or you may have just been struggling because the Nine of Wands says that you are fatigued. You may have your defenses down, so some of you may have been going through moments of having a seasonal cold, or bouts of your immune system feeling a little bit low, so you're picking up things like you know, sore throats, earaches, chest infections, things like that. So they are indicating that April is a real month to focus on your health, to really protect your inner resolve as well as your immune system, because the King of Swords can be a card of mending. As you can see, we've got the needle and thread there. So if some of you have been unwell and you've had to be in the home space for a little while, you could have had a procedure, or you could have had a seasonal cold, or some of you could have just, you know, just been genuinely under the weather. I feel like you are recharging your batteries and you're going to be back to your best in the month of April. But the King of Swords is someone who is super intelligent, and you're in thinking mode. You're thinking about your finances. We've got a Seven of Pentacles there. So you're looking at your savings. You're trying to make sure that your savings are secure. As I said, remember that on the 21st of April, Mercury retrogrades, and it can cause havoc. I'm not saying it's going to, but it can cause, from that period onwards, it can cause some major fluctuations with finances. And we've got the King of Swords here, so this really indicates that you're becoming very, very organized and very analytical about a situation. So with these two cards here, a lot of you are going to feel compelled to do a bit of reorganizing in the home space. There may be some DIY, a little bit of a lick of paint, shall we say, or just like restructuring a room just so that it makes it feel fresher and it gives you a new take on the space, because I really feel like you're taking a breath of fresh air in the month of April, even though things can be pretty fast-paced. Also with the King of Swords, I feel like you have had a lot of responsibility on your shoulders, and I feel like you're trying to create a structure or a schedule that works a little bit more in your favor. The Four of Wands is like, some of you may want to spend a little bit more time organizing the home space. You may have felt that you haven't had time to really clean up, or, you know, just get a little bit organized. And you may have felt things that were on top of you. And now is the month where you just get clear and start making things happen. Now, the Four of Wands with the King of Swords also indicates some of you may be contemplating setting up a business from home. Could be something that is related to your voice. So some of you may actually be writing a book or a screenplay, or you may be setting up your own channel to help other people in some way. The Four of Wands is like the home space, you know, enjoying being at home. So I feel some of you, if you haven't set up your own business, you're not an entrepreneur and you don't work from home, some of you are definitely thinking about it. If you are an entrepreneur, I definitely see that you may be branching out in a new direction. It has been difficult to transition this period, but it's going to go from strength to strength, and it's getting better. Your hard work will pay off, and I feel it has been a steady increase, but it's going to increase a little bit more as we move out of April into May as well, okay? Now, I definitely see some really great news coming here. If you're in a working environment and you're looking at your career sector, I feel like you're right on track. I feel actually there's some sort of reward or some sort of recognition coming towards you in the form of good news. There's something to celebrate regarding your career. I definitely see someone like your boss or someone in a position of authority noticing what you do and trying to elevate you. They may offer you a new position. I mean, I feel the money is only a little bit of an increase. I don't feel like it's a big increase, but I feel like it's a little bit. It's a slow moving process with this. I feel you may take on a little bit more work though, and you may sort of really assess whether the position is worth it, because I feel like it's only a little increase in the finances. And although a little bit of money goes a long way, right? We all need to pay the bills and things like that, and hopefully be able to save a little bit at the end of the month. But you may look at the amount of work they want you to do and think, yeah, I'm not sure if it's worth it, because with the Two of Pentacles there, I feel like you're unsure. And I do feel though that a lot of you are thinking right now of a sense of duality, of having a flexible working environment, or you know, approaching your boss, maybe saying, you know what, I'm going to work 4 days a week as opposed to 5, or you may come to some sort of agreement. But I feel like the finances, you'll have to really negotiate a better deal, and you will get that better deal because you've got the King of Swords, which means you are the master negotiator, okay? But of course, you've got to be rational about it. You can't say, I'd like an increase of $1 million, you know, because of course they're not, unless you're someone who already gets money like that, nobody's just going to give you a raise of like $1 million, right? But anyway, that's beside the point. I really feel you're having a healthy approach to recognize your value and not take anything less than you truly deserve. For those of you who are contemplating, as I said, a second stream of income, definitely something creative, something that's really fun, something that may even involve your spiritual gifts. Now, spiritual gifts don't always have to be like tarot or, you know, scrying, things like that. It can be that you're going to like give yoga classes or Pilates classes, or actually go into psychology to help people with the mind and help people understand their feelings. So I feel some of you are thinking about contemplating a path that really helps other people, and in so doing, you're going to help yourself, not just on an emotional level, but also in a financial level as well, okay? Now, the Four of Wands also indicates there may have been someone in your family that you've been detached from, especially with the King of Swords there, maybe someone that perhaps has even been overseas. You'll get a visit from this person in the month of April. They may surprise you with a visit and say, hey, I'm in town, let's meet up. Or it could even be someone that you really cared about. It doesn't have to be the family unit, but because we got the Four of Wands there, this means it's someone you do care about deeply, okay? So it could be a really close friend that's been at a distance, or it could be also someone you just haven't seen for such a long time that you feel a little bit detached from. You're going to reunite with this person. It's going to be a wonderful opportunity to just catch up and feel like time never even went past. You know those friends that you meet and you're like, wow, it feels like I only saw you yesterday. It's just so good to dwell in your energy. You're going to meet someone like that this month, because I feel like they want a reunion. To get the Judgment card and the Four of Wands is a card of reuniting with someone really special, someone that perhaps you've missed for quite some time, someone you consider part of your soul tribe, okay? Now, also the Four of Wands is a very important card because it does indicate stability and rest, preparation. So with the King of Swords there and the Four of Wands, it means you're preparing for something big in your world. And it's taken you a while. It could be business related, but it doesn't have to be. If you're retired, it could be some of you are thinking about a move, but you're a little bit anxious about it, or you're not sure how things go or will go on it. That's why we got the Devil card there. So there may be a little fluctuation of doubt or even insecurity about the situation, but we will clarify that in a moment. But I do see some really great news coming in April for you that will change your circumstances and make you feel a little bit more free in your day-to-day life, okay? Now, we do have the shadow self. So that, of course, is the Devil card there, number 15. Now, because there's a clock over the crown chakra, part of me, I feel this energy of you overthinking time. Time is running out. You may feel that you should have been a little bit further along on your path than you are. Remember, you're exactly where you're meant to be, and whatever is meant for you will never ever pass you by. They're actually giving me the two words, good life, okay? So I see lots of great stuff to come for you, okay? I feel like it is a, how can I put this? I feel like it's a fast-paced month at the beginning, but then it starts to slow down into a very nice, even pace right at the end of the month. And then I feel like you take some sort of leap of faith, or you embrace something new in your life. Let's clarify this Devil card here, because there's a little bit of indecision that's clarified by this. We got the 9 of Wands, and we've got the 2 of Pentacles there. Now the 2 of Pentacles is about balance, but in this position it tends to be feeling like things are out of your control, or you feel that things are not going in your favor. You may feel that you have some decisions to make, but you may feel that you don't have many options, so you're really trying to find alternative ways to approach a situation. The 2 of Pentacles also indicates a sense of needing stability or groundedness, and you may have felt recently that either you've been overthinking something, or someone close to you, and this is not going to resonate for everyone, but I'm really feeling it at the moment. So I feel there's about 30% of you right now. There may be someone who has either substance abuse or some sort of, I mean, they may, drink a little bit more than they should. I feel like their behavior is perhaps either worrying you or upsetting you in some way, and it's actually damaging the relationship. There is an opportunity to heal that this month, okay? I do feel like there is like an olive branch. I do feel this person may actually make a real effort to get clean, shall we say, okay? So whoever this person is, I'm just feeling, I mean, it could even be you, my beautiful Pisces, but I actually feel it's someone close to you that you really care about, and they've been struggling. I feel like you've been trying to help them, but actually they're going to try and help themselves this month, and this will actually bring you a lot of satisfaction that they're getting back on track, because I feel like it's been in some way hurting you, okay? I mean, I feel like this is someone who's older. I mean, the energy that I'm getting, it could be a masculine energy, someone older, could be like a grandfather figure or father figure, or someone who you really care about. Doesn't have to be, but I'm just picking up that energy, so I'm going to leave it like that, okay? I mean, it could be a feminine energy also, but I'm feeling predominantly masculine energy on this one, so I'll leave it like that. Now, the 2 of Pentacles in this position, it can mean that this month, financially, you may, at the beginning of the month, be shuffling a little bit of money around, and you may be worried a little bit about covering certain bills. I'm going to pull a card on that, because I did feel the Tower as the 9 of Wands came out. So I just want to clarify if that's like a little surprise bill that comes your way. I know no one wants to hear that, but I just want to clarify it. If it's not coming, then I'll let you know, absolutely. We got the Judgment, and we got the Death card. Thanks so much, Spirit Guides, Good Angels. Can you please, God? Oh, wow, you're getting the same cards. Look at that. Apart from the Death card there, you got the Judgment, the High Priestess, and the Fool again. So, and these are all Major Arcana cards, okay? I'm not seeing anything untoward, nothing that you're not expecting. But I feel like you may just shuffle a little bit of finances around, a little bit of savings around this month to cover something. Yeah, okay, so it could be a repayment plan. So for example, the energy that I'm feeling, for some of you, it may be like you're looking at mortgage rates, for example, and you may be coming to the end of the term of your mortgage, and you may be like, oh, interest rates have gone crazy since I last had, booked a mortgage. So you may be trying to find the best deal available. So you may shuffle some things around this month. That's what I'm seeing, shuffling some things around. But it was meant to be like this, and you will intuitively find the best deal. I feel like the universe sends you a bit of a lifeline to start this thing again. And although there is uncertainty in the world at the moment, I feel like you will find the best option for you in order to repay that repayment plan, whatever that is, because I'm just picking up, it's like something that's constant. I don't feel like it's like a surprise bill that comes out of nowhere, okay? But I feel like you may shuffle some finances around. By the end of the month, though, you've got more money than you thought, okay? So I just want you to be aware. The universe does send you a bit of a lifeline on that. Now we do have the 9 of Wands here, and actually when you get the 9 of Wands and you get it in this position, it's actually really positive, because it indicates that, you are breaking down barriers and you're overcoming some sort of pain or wounding that you've been going through. I feel like you've been struggling with something, and I'm sending you a huge hug out there, my beautiful Pisces, but I feel there's a fresh start available to you where you start feeling really good about your circumstances. The Nine of Wands indicates that something that is rewarding when you get there has been difficult to achieve. I feel like you will achieve this, but you do have a set of options to consider this month. Don't overthink it. Your intuition will lead you to the exact answer you need. Please find a moment of quietness just to really hear your heart, because we built such a very loud world where we've got cars, airplanes, just lots of Wi-Fi energy. Everything is really loud and really changeable. So it's important to take a little moment, maybe even a walk in the park if you're lucky enough to have one close by, and just breathe, and the answers will come within you. You start to be able to, notice those thoughts clearer. Also with the Nine of Wands, there's something here that you're very cautious about. So as I said, partly I'm feeling this major energy about food. There's a food substance that you're a little bit cautious about, and it may have been causing you to feel a little bit unwell or just out of sorts. So I feel like you're not sure if it is it or not, but you may be cutting it out just to see. So some of you may be literally writing a food diary. But I'm going to pull a card on all three of these to see what this is, because it feels like something's causing you difficulty, and you're a little bit undecided about it. You're weighing up your options, but the Devil card indicates it's in some way blocking you or it's impeding your path. But the good news is these cards are in the resistance position, which means by the end of April, they get turned into the right energy, which means you release the blockage. You manage to, some of you may have had like digestive energies that have been problems that's been causing you bloatedness, or, other areas where you haven't been, regular, shall we say. I don't know why that never comes up in my readings, but that is coming up right now. I'm just going to leave it like that. I never thought I'd ever be saying that, but there you are. There it is, showing up in your reading. That's actually going to pass, okay? That's actually going to get better for you. And I feel like you are right. Okay, you are right. Whatever food substance this is, that is the cause of it. So you'll be cutting it out. King of Wands, you take action on it. As you can see, we've got Eight of Swords. You don't know what it is. You can't see what it is. You can't identify what it is. But as you can see, this figure is like using intuition because her eyes have been blindfolded. So she's using her other senses in order to decode her surroundings. And it's not dangerous, it's not threatening. As you can see, the swords are all pointed down. So you're actually protected and redirected, whatever this negative energy is. For some of you, it could be you're working in a very toxic environment and you're thinking about putting your resume out there to get a new opportunity. There is one that is going to be offered to you, and instinctively you know it's the right one. As I said, it'll bring just a little bit more money than you are getting at the moment, which is really good news. But some of you with the Fool card, it may be an absolute new start. You will get more status with it. You will get more responsibility, but you'll actually enjoy it a little bit more. And it gives you an opportunity to be a little bit more creative as well and bring your passion and your A game. So if you are looking for an opportunity, the people who've been showing up in your reading are kings. So you are basically vibing in king energy right now. Again, male or female, not a gender specific reading. It's about the heightened energy of leadership, of responsibility, of security and boldness. And I feel like you are influencing your circumstances with your passion this month, and you're getting a lot of great stuff done. Okay, you're actually aligning yourself with your true heart's desire. But at the same time, with the the Six of Swords there, this indicates you're coming out of difficulty. Okay, as you can see, the turbulent waters there, you're being guided by spirit to new lands where there are calmer waters, where your emotions are much more peaceful. So it's a very tranquil situation at the end of the month. Even at the beginning, it may be really busy and a bit full on, but you're headed in the right direction. Okay, some of you, it may be a very difficult relationship that you've been in, and you may have suffered quite heavily in a relationship. Before you came to this reading, you may have cut this relationship out. There may be an opportunity for you to reunite with this person, but they have to show you with action that they are changing their circumstances and being more emotionally available. Okay, but intuitively you will know whether that is the case or not. Now we also have intuition. So a lot of you are developing your spiritual gifts this month. It's a real opportunity for you to get to know yourself a little bit bit better, but also to align yourself with that mystical vision, that trust in the unknown. Now, a lot of you, if you're working on something, this is a real call to not talk about your projects, okay? To work in silence and let your work speak for itself, because you don't want anyone to derail your energy. I do feel here there may be someone who, I don't feel like they wish you bad, but I do see an energy here where someone kind of enjoys the fact that if something goes wrong for you, you don't leave them or you don't transcend them. Does that make sense? So for example, if you've got two friends, okay? I mean, a friend really wouldn't do this, but I feel this person, their heart is in the right place, but at the same time, I feel that they are a little bit dissatisfied with their own life at the moment. And when someone else succeeds, they feel a little bit like, should have been me. Why is it not happening for me? So I feel like there's just a little bit of a negative tinge on the way that they look at your circumstances. So what I mean by that is that, say, for example, you are set up for promotion and you are going to get a little bit more money and you have an opportunity to perhaps save for a property and just move a little bit further out of town. They see that as you elevating and leaving them behind. So they're looking at it from their point of view, like, oh, they're going to leave me behind. Oh, well, they're better than me, so I can't really. So that's the way this person is looking right now. So I would just be mindful of that, okay? To keep your projects. I mean, it could even be a boss that's like, oh, you're, you know, getting a lot of status in the company. Perhaps you're threatening my position. So I really feel this energy coming out. It's a toxic energy, of course, but intuitively I feel you know it. So just keep your wins to yourself at this moment. Seven of Pentacles indicates, you know, having a bit of an alternative approach to your strategy. Some of you may be at a bit of a crossroads because you've got the Judgment card and the Seven of Pentacles, where you're really weighing up your options and self-evaluating right now, checking in, as it were, just to see that the exchange in life is on point, it's reciprocal. And if you feel like it's not, I feel like you're planning an alternative approach to it to make sure you accomplish whatever it is you set out to do. As you can see there, that figure is sitting with a very healthy half of an apple. So I do feel that you are trying to cut out anything that is not healthy for you and really focus on things that are really good for you. Seven of Pentacles is a wonderful card because it actually means things are going well. It's ticking over. You have enough. You know, maybe you could spend some money on self-development. So some of you may be thinking of a vacation. Some of you may be thinking about going on a spiritual retreat to really heal things for yourself. Or even a course of learning about how to be more spiritually mature or developed. Basically, I feel like you're pruning your garden, okay? Just to make sure that it continues to grow and that anything that could potentially be a weed in your garden, it's like cut out, okay? I'm talking about the bad weed, right? The one that like is not good for plants, that chokes up all the beautiful roses and things like that. So we do have the Fool card here. Now the Fool card is a reminder that balance needs to be found, especially since you've got the Seven of Pentacles and you've been focusing on your goals and your true life's purpose, your true calling. It's a call here for you to also factor some fun in, okay? Now, interesting, they're giving me an image in the water of dodgem cars. Some people call them bumper cars, the dodgems, okay? Now, I mean, some of you may literally just have gone to a carnival or a fun fair, whatever you call it, and gone on the dodgems. I feel it's probably not a literal sense. I feel it may be a spiritual sense. Maybe you feel pushed and pulled in many directions at the moment and you really desire a new start or something different, something a little bit more exciting. It could also mean that just when things seem like they are headed in the right direction and you're on track, something comes to try and derail you. It could also mean that you've been on a very busy road in life at the moment and you're feeling a little bit burnt out. And there's been a few bumps in the road that you're trying to navigate, but everything actually does start to be a little bit more plain sailing at the end of the month for you. Also, it could be a desire, of course, to just go and have some fun. Okay, it could be a desire to really reconnect to that inner child and just go out and have some fun, and recognize that sometimes the bumps in the road, they can actually be something we can look back at and laugh at, because sometimes those bumps spin us off into other directions, and it helps us meet people we're meant to meet, or situations we would never have encountered if we did not have that bump in the road. Sometimes I look back on my own life and I think, wow, that was a bit of a car crash, but actually I'm really glad it happened, because I'm who I am today and I'm where I'm at right now. And I'm really grateful that, you know, so far, touch wood, I'm healthy and happy, and my family are happy and healthy. And, you know, that's all that I can really truly ask for. So, you know, sometimes we can look back at those moments that really give us a level of strength and maturity to take the next level in life. And even though in the moment it feels painful as F, you know, it actually informs us and shapes us into the person we are today. And it helps us encounter situations in the future that it's like it gives us tools for, you know, what we are to become in the future. So, for example, you know, back in the day when I was literally broken, completely lost everything, my home, my relationship, my job, all within a couple of months of each other. And I was like, if it wasn't for my family, you know, I'd be completely bereft. And of course, my friends as well. And, you know, I was very shell-shocked that this all happened. I was being taught a very difficult lesson. And, you know, as I've become older and everything like that, I've been able to, through some of my other work, been able to guide people through things like grief and, you know, feelings of emptiness. And, you know, it informed my work. But back in the day, I was not on that path. So sometimes we don't know what we're going to become in the future. So every experience is a learning curve. We are all students of life. Anyway, moving on from that, we've got the Fool card. So this is a wonderful new adventure at the end of the month. Some of you may be taking a trip or opening yourself up to a new adventure, a new path, or a new beginning. So if you are deciding to retire, you may be entering a new way of life that is a little bit more slow paced, that's really good for you, really healthy for you. You may even think about getting out into nature a little bit more. For some of you, you may just crave getting out into nature so that you can have a bit of a rest to recharge your batteries and quieten your mind. Some of you, it may be that you're starting a new job or a new venture that you're setting up yourself, becoming an entrepreneur. And some of you may even enter into a relationship if you're looking for a relationship. I feel like there could be a spark between you and someone new, okay? I mean, and some of you, and, you know, pretend you didn't hear this, but some of you, if you're in a high-level commitment relationship, this, for some of you, and I'm feeling about, it's only actually about 15%. I gotta say, it is a low percentage, but some of you, your partner will pop the question this month. But again, put a big old shocked face on it, right? Pretend you didn't know. But the Fool card there is you're reaching for something better, something greater. And for some of you, it may feel like a risk to go for this thing, this option, but it's a calculated risk. You've got the King of Swords there, which means you are so intelligent. You're so strategic. You've got an incredible mind, and your thoughts are becoming things. So as you can see there, this figure, she's got like a small little buttercup there, but there's an even bigger buttercup available. And, you know, in order to get that bigger buttercup, you got to let go of the smaller one. This is the same with everything in life, okay? If there's something better out there that is more in alignment with who you are and it values you back, then that's the situation to take. Take that risk, go for it. But of course, do your due diligence before you take that leap of faith. Now, also, I would say, especially when it comes to finances, I would say, no financial risks unless you've done your due diligence. I would say Seven of Pentacles is a card of safety, okay? It is a card of savings. It's a card of saving for the long haul. But some of you may, you know, venture into other territory, but use your intuition with that. Some of you may go into real estate because the Four of Wands is... you may be thinking about it, but you may be looking at like interest rates and just things just seem to be not in your favor at the moment. I feel right at the end of April, there may be a window of opportunity for you to get something new. I feel like it may come down a little bit in price what you're looking at, and then I feel like you'll just go for it. Okay, so really great news coming in, something that brings some options your way. You will have to make a major decision in the month of April there. Intuitively, you will guide it. Don't let fear get in the way. Okay, and don't let doubt get in the way either. You are awesome and you are in control. Now also we have the sea turtle. Okay, so they're actually giving me a song with this. I would never give a song with this card, but anyway, they're giving it to me. It's a very famous song. It's an ABBA song, and it really connects to actually your 8th and 2nd house. Money, money, money. That's the name of the song, but they're actually giving me these lyrics. One moment, please. Oh, okay. Money, money, money. Must be funny in a rich man's world. Okay, so some of you are going to capitalize on your investments. Some of you are thinking of ways to bring in more finances. You will find a dual income or a second stream of income that actually will bring in a lot more money than you were expecting. And it will give you an opportunity to be a little bit more free and flexible with your working or with your schedule, shall we say. Because some of you, even if you're retired, you may think about doing a creative project that will actually bring in some money. Some of you may be like, you know, a carer who looks after a family member. You may do something really creative that actually helps you bring in some more money as well. And some of you, if you're parents at home, you may actually use your experience to create something that actually helps other people. And in so doing, there is a flow of money that will come your way as well. So we've got sea turtle. So that is about being in the flow, of course. And it says, slow down, be patient and persistent. So I would say also with the 9 of Wands there, you're close to burnout. You're very exhausted. There's been a lot going on. Okay. So really do guard your defenses, because as soon as you stop, especially if you're on the go all the time, the minute you stop and you think, you know what, I'm going to take a break, immediately you get that cold, or you get that sore throat, or you get that migraine, because the body is going, and relax, because it's been running on adrenaline all this time. And as soon as it does, you know, the areas that are a little bit weakened, you're going to, you know, be hit by that. So just watch out for that. Good food, good rest. We also got the helm, which really indicates you are in control this month, but it's all about direction. So this month is really about guiding your direction intuitively to where you feel you need to be and being in a very safe, secure position. I actually see that your strategy is a winning one, and it helps you bring a lot more excitement in as well. It says take charge, responsibility, and leadership. So as I said, there is going to be some sort of position available to those who are in a career environment, who step into a leadership position. It may be, as I said, a little bit more responsibility, but not as much money as it should pay. But because you got the King of Swords there, I feel like you will negotiate a really good deal. So if, for example, your boss is saying, hey, you know, we'd love to give you this this pay rise, right? And it comes with this new promotion and new status, and it's this much money, like add 5 grand or 10 grand to it or whatever, and they'll negotiate you down. Okay, go high to go low. Okay, so go high and they'll negotiate, but at some point you'll meet in the middle. Back in the day, someone said that to me when I was going for a job. They were like, how much are you going for? And I was like, I told them, they were like, don't be selling yourself short. Just add about 10K to that. And I was like, I can't do that. And they were like, yeah, you can do it. Just as a joke, just try me. So I was like, okay. So I went and I did it. I kid you not. I like upped myself by 7. So, you know, sometimes go in there with that confidence, see what you get. You can only get a no, and no is just a redirection to something else. It's not a word to be feared. It's not a word that is negative. It's actually a boundary that says, okay, change of direction or come to a compromise. So I'm just going to go and get a trinket before we go. Interesting. We got the sea turtle again. Okay, so there we go. Also, the sea turtle has the home on its back. Okay, so that indicates protection, but also it's about the home space. So you will be thinking a lot about the home space this month. I mean, Cancerian is also a water element and was doing the same thing. So this could be a lot about restructure. And of course, your 2nd house is influencing that. So you may spend a lot of time thinking about revamping your home or decluttering. Also, you've got an angel there. So I feel like you are protected and redirected in any area of your life. I also feel that something you've been manifesting is coming true. Okay, it's taken a long time to get here. So I feel, you know, Now is the time to get a little bit of reward for all of that hard work. You're not giving up on something. Some of you, if you're leaving a working environment or you're leaving something that you tried out, I mean, it could be that you tried out a project or you tried out a piece of art and it didn't go the way you'd hoped. You're not starting afresh from start. You're actually starting from experience. You got the King of Swords. You're so good at what you do. You are a master or a mistress of what you do. Self-expression is the key. So really believe in yourself and have that confidence. Excuse me, especially if it's voice related. Look after your voice, because I feel this month, whenever nerves or anxiety is going to hit you, it's going to hit you in the throat chakra. Okay, so just be mindful of that. Honey and lemon on call. So I'll leave it there. Thank you so much, my beautiful Pisces. I hope something resonates in this reading. If it does, please like or subscribe to my channel. Completely free for you. All you have to do is press a little bell that lets you know when I update my next message. It lets me know that you resonate with the reading, which is so important for me too. Thank you so much, my beautiful Pisces. Love and light.